Happy New Year, everyone. I just wanted to give you a different video today to show you the past, present, and future of the Money GPS. I wanted to give you this inside scoop on how this all began and where I intend to bring this. I've written down everything, so I'll just be referencing it as the video goes on. To begin, essentially, this all started with me reading psychology books. And it was something that I did in my spare time. I kept reading and reading. I listened to audiobooks, DVDs, and it was literally thousands and thousands of hours that I spent just indulging in psychology. And from there, I sort of got into books about success. I also got into sort of that financial side where I read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and then that sort of segued into the whole financial industry where I became very interested in it. So from there, I got into other topics as well, things not related to finance, later on dealing with health. So the health really took off in about 2005 when I really became dedicated to that as well. Not the topic for today, but that's just some personal side there. So my goals. I want to have several books written, and you've already seen one, The Money GPS. Anything under the financial is going to be called The Money GPS, and then there will be a subtitle. So, for example, which I've already got the copyright for it so I can mention it, the next book is titled The Money GPS Global Economic Collapse. So look forward to that one. So there'll be different books at different levels. I'm planning on writing a children's book at some point. It'll be like a storybook, something for maybe a 6-year-old or so. And then we'll get into the maybe a grade school type book. And then we get into the high school potentially, and like basically different levels. And that will provide everyone with their own level, depending on where they're at, of some sort of financial education. So I think it would be very interesting to have that, because right now it doesn't really exist. The textbooks that you have in school aren't exactly sufficient to teach people that. And essentially then you get the Money GPS ones that you've seen already, whether it's the first Money GPS or the Global Economic Collapse. That would be your adult type book. So that's that. Eventually then leading into a textbook for schools that would be either from the math course or perhaps the economics course, something more simplified and sort of more towards studies and things that a school could actually pick up, and hopefully they can then segue into the actual real teachings. That would be something as well that I believe would be very beneficial. I want audiobooks on all of these books. So the audio version exactly the same, but I'll have what people have suggested. They don't necessarily like to read, but they will definitely get into audiobooks. So all of them will be available in audiobook format. I also would like to make perhaps some audio-only programs that I can do for people on a particular subject. So it'll be very linear in that regard. I want to even do things like t-shirts, create with powerful slogans. Just something off the top of my head would be like "End the Fed," and then it will be just in tiny font. I don't want to have this big thing that says The Money GPS. I would like people to wear something that says a big statement like "End the Fed," and then maybe in just a little tiny font at the bottom, themoneygps.com, barely noticeable, just for people to have that there. Any other type of paraphernalia perhaps, but the t-shirts are something that you can wear around and really make a statement. I want an eCourse, as I have now, a free eCourse on every subject, keeping it very, very linear. What is a bank? What is a bond? What is a stock? How does the stock market work? Things like this, just very linear and keeping it free. It's very important to me. Later down the road, I would like to franchise the whole business so you can have your own GPS. You would basically buy into the franchise, and that would be available for the absolute minimum cost, of course. And then you can have whatever type of GPS you want, as long as you're teaching somebody something very beneficial to them. I don't know, it's the handyman GPS, for example, and you would be given the templates for a website, templates for books, templates for the audiobooks, everything sort of already done. You just put the content in and it would magically come together. And this would be good for people who don't know how to start a business, don't know how to do a website or anything else. All the templates will be there for you. That's more later down the road. Essentially, it's a GPS brand forming. That's really what I'm trying to do. All about educating people. Depending on the subject, this happens to be the Money GPS. On a personal note, I would say this is sort of a mission statement, but it would be to give financial education to every single person at any age who wants to learn, providing different ways of learning to suit those individuals. For example, the people who like to read more, they like those books, like that's how I work best. Just seeing the books, seeing the diagrams in those books, that's one way. But then providing them the audiobook way, because maybe they like to listen to it better. Or maybe a DVD even, where they can visually see everything happening and somebody's there instructing them on exactly how it all works. That's really my goal, is to create these in different avenues, to have that. And eventually my goal, my honest goal, is to figure out a way to make all of my work free. Everything. Take the Money GPS, currently on sale, $19.99, make it $0 and make it a downloadable thing. If it was a print copy, then it would be just at the cost and the shipping and everything else. But if it was the downloadable content, it would be $0. I don't know how in the world I would ever figure that out. Maybe if somebody bankrolled me, or I'm not sure. But if it was possible to do that, then absolutely I would want it free, so that it can get out there to the maximum amount of people. This is not about making money. In fact, if anybody does their research, you'll know that you don't make any money writing books. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible way of return on investment. You make a few dollars. Full disclosure, I make about $4 for every Money GPS book that's sold. I don't mind telling you that. It's $4. And the amount of time that I spent investing in that, all of those thousands of hours of research that I did prior to that, the hundreds of hours that I spent writing the book, and then, you spend time doing the videos and everything else to get people interested in the book. The return on investment is just terrible in that way. But that's not why I did that. I wrote the book specifically to prove to people my points. I had very specific points that I wanted to make to reference. I have 222 references in my first book, and I just wanted to be able to take this subject, make it easy for people, bring it out there, and that's what I did. So I hope you do appreciate that. On a more personal level, I just wanted to give you an idea of where I'm at. One day, if everything works out, I want to live in a fully self-sufficient home. That's solar panels, water catchment. I want a garden that provides me, a massive quantity of food. This would be in a place where I one day dream of, the Hamakua coast in the Big Island of Hawaii. If anybody lives there, give me a thumbs up. I want to bring my expenses as close to zero as possible, so that self-sufficiency would allow me to do that. I would like to spend time every single day, undivided attention with family. I do believe that is absolutely important. And I would want to donate anything that I have that I believe that I truly don't need. If I have a big desk to work at, and a small desk would do just fine, maybe just a little area to put a laptop, well then that's what I would do. I'd get rid of the big desk, donate it to somebody who can use it, and then move on to a small little thing, just enough to be able to do what I need to do. And essentially live a very simple life. So that's all for this video. I wanted to give you an inside scoop of where I'm at, where I've been, just give you those basics there. Hope you do appreciate it. I really appreciate each and every one of your comments, all your positivity, and everything that has been going on. This channel first opened up in 2011. I have approximately 1,000 videos on YouTube, and the subscribers are 36,000 and growing. And I'm just trying to get this information, what I believe to be the truth, to get it out to as many people around the world as possible.